to do this review on. Oh hey everybody, what's up? Review Man here, and today I am reviewing season 1 of one of the crudest, rudest TV shows ever. Well, one of the crudest, rudest TV shows. Well, just a rude and crude show. Rick and Morty. It's about this guy named Rick Sanchez, who's a scientist, a foul-mouthed scientist who's got burping problems and burps every time he talks. It's like, hey, Morty. And Morty Smith, his grandson. And each week they have different adventures. Like in the first season, they had an epic party, went on a planet Rick created and pretty much destroyed a robot called Adolf Dinkler, or Adolf Dinkler, or Dinkler-off, or something like that, which was a mix between Adolf Hitler and Abraham Lincoln. Now that's two people you don't want to mix together. I tell you that much, because one was standing for killing Jews and putting them in Holocaust camps, and the other one wrote the Emancipation Proclamation to free the slaves. And then other people that they met in this one are called the Plutonians, which was all about making sure that Pluto was a planet, and they had this mind that Morty's dad, Jerry, he was saying that Pluto is a planet, and then he got abducted, went to Pluto, and then they were mining plutonium on Pluto, which was causing Pluto to go from this big old massive planet to shrink and nothing, into nothingness. And then there's Summer. She's Rick's older sister. Which there's one episode where they have an alternate realities, and well, pretty much every single adventure in this one leads to some kind of alternate reality, like a whole planet of canceled Ricks trying to accuse the main Rick of killing off all these other Ricks and enslaving Mortys and doing this, that, and the third thing. But anyway, there was this episode where they had what was it? Well, it was like virtual reality goggles where you could see like alternate realities of yourself. Where Summer realized, found out by Jerry and Beth, their mom that's married to Jerry, that Summer's pregnancy, it was supposed to be aborted, which means they never wanted Summer, and then that gets her all mad, and then they end up making up because Jerry becomes a movie star in one of the realities, and he goes to make up for and makes everything right in the alternate reality, and then that makes things right because there was basically two Jerrys. There was a Jerry in the alternate reality, and then there was a Jerry in the original reality. Just watching TV that had like that Rick got a transmitter, and he was like transmitting like from all different realities, different TV shows, and then that's where that came in at, and they made up the basically virtual reality. So anyway, there was 11 episodes in this season. Pretty much the first season was Rick and Morty going through different times and space and continuums and all this other stuff. And pretty much, one of my favorite episodes is called the Mishki. Or these blue guys. It's like, I'm Mr. Mishki, look at me. And then they're basically just this invention that Rick created to help to help Summer, Jerry, and Beth do. Beth is his daughter, married to Jerry. Mother to Rick, mother to Summer, and Morty. It was just basically, and then it was just basically these blue guys that Rick created to help people do meaningless tasks. And then they were both because all the other Jerry comes up with a task that says, Mishka, I want you to help me take two swings off my golf game. And he's like, okay, Mr. Mishka, look at me. And then Jerry goes crazy with power, and Mr. Mishka is like pressing all the buttons, and you have like all these other Mishkis. And then the only way that they can go away is when they help Jerry take two strokes off his golf game. I know nothing about golf, so I don't. But anyway, they all go away whenever Jerry takes two strokes off his golf game after holding a woman hostage. And then there's one more episode I want to talk about in season 1. It's called Rick Potion number 9. Rick, it's flu season in the little town that they're living in, and Rick creates a love potion for Morty that helps him fall in love, helps his crush Jessica fall in love with Morty. Helps Morty's crush fall in love with Morty. It's like an irresistible potion. And then Morty says, Rick, is this going to affect me in any way? Is this going to have any side effects? He's like, nah, Morty, no. Morty walks out of the room. Unless you got the flu. And then what that does is that turns Jessica into a love craze for Morty because of the potion. And then Jessica has the flu. She gets like everybody else infected with the Morty potion. Everybody's running after Morty. Rick comes to rescue Morty, and then he creates this gas that turns everybody into these praying mantis Morty love-struck zombies. And then that turns him in. Then after saving him, turns him into this. What is it? Like these anamorphic blob things or whatever. And then at the end of each episode, they all have like a little thing. Have like a little clip of what happened in the show. But yeah, anyway, guys, that was my Rick and Morty review. That was season 1. There's 2 more seasons to go, and I will review both of them. And yeah, so anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and I will see y'all guys in the next video.